How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you okay with your last name being on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pleasure.
Today's guest is Carson Barnes. Do you want to say anything about yourself? I don't know. You can anything you want. Fun facts or.
So I'm a person. My name's Carson.
Nice.
I like movies. I like music a lot. I sing in choir, and I'm here to talk about rom-coms and movie musicals. It is my understanding. So
Yeah.
it's exciting.
When I asked Carson to be on the pod, he asked what the topic was, and I realized I have never gone into an episode with a topic planned.
Okay.
So I had to do some work. So I've devised a strategy for today. I made a bracket.
Brilliant.
We're going to rank musicals.
All right, I
Is
saw
it going?
Mamma Mia as a 1 seed.
Yeah. I don't know how seeds work. Would you like to quickly explain that so I can make sure I'm
Sure.
not doing something wrong?
So, in the March Madness college basketball format, a 1 seed is a high seed out of 16 seeds. There's 1, 16.
Is it just
or-
ranking?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 1 is the best, 2 is the second best.
Okay, I didn't know how to rank these though. I didn't know if I should like pair them up with similar ones. So I have like Mamma Mia and then Mamma Mia 2 is 1 and 2.
Oh, I see. Usually 1 seeds play 16s, 2 15s, 3 play
Okay.
14s, and that's because the 1 seed is supposed to win. And the 16 is supposed to lose. So generally
Yeah.
speaking, in brackets of better movies or books, the one that's expected, the favorite, is
Yeah.
generally the 1 seed, and the dark horse is the 16 seed.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't really watch sports, although I do like them. Yeah, so I very loosely follow them, so I know what a bracket is, and that's about it. So.
Cool.
Wait, did you like make a bracket for March Madness or anything?
I did. It was uniquely terrible.
Who did you have winning?
I had Kentucky winning, and they
Okay.
lost in the first round.
I think
So-
mine lost in the first.
Yeah. Another Final Four team I had was Iowa. They were a 5 seed, and they also lost in the first round. So the first day was about as bad as it possibly could have been. But
That's not
I
good.
didn't place last in my friend's pool, so it's okay.
While we're talking, I'm
It's okay.
gonna find mine. It's really bad. I know you said yours is bad, but I think mine might possibly be worse.
Did you make it with the March Madness app?
Not the app.
Or
The,
ESPN?
ooh, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing.
ESPN kept track of my points using their points.
Basically, I had LSU winning, but it wasn't on purpose. I put that in as a filler, and then I meant to go back and change it, but I forgot to save the changes. And then it started like the next day, and I was like, okay, that's it. I have LSU, and they got out very quickly. It's
Well.
very sad.
It's okay.
Anyway, do you want to just dive into the bracket?
Sure, let's do it.
I know there are a few missing from here. Actually, a lot, but I didn't want to do like a 32 team bracket because
Seems like
that
a
seems
lot.
like a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, like it would be a little disorganized. So Notting Hill is not on here. I'm
is
sorry.
is this rom-coms and movie musicals?
It is, which
Genre blend.
what?
Blending.
It's a little bit blended. We've got like not as many musical adaptations, so we don't have like Music Man, for instance, which you definitely should see. You need to see it. Okay. But we have like Pitch Perfect, but then the last 4 are rom-coms, just strictly rom-coms, because I figured I needed to
Marvelous.
include this.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that you can see.
1
Okay,
seed.
it stopped recording for a moment. I'm just gonna tell you what they are because whenever I turn
Sure.
around the computer, something disconnects.
No worries.
So, okay, started the tournament. What were you saying?
The 1 seed is Mamma Mia, and the 16 matched up against the 1 seed is When Harry Met Sally. That's a tough first matchup because
I know.
When Harry Met Sally is just far and away the better movie.
Okay, but that's the thing.
But I know a lot of people
I
would
really
say-
heavily disagree.
Yeah. Have you seen When Harry Met Sally?
No, have you seen Mamma Mia?
Yes.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Okay,
there you go.
I haven't
All right.
seen all these.
So of the people in this room that have seen both, there is 1. I am that person. Speaking as that person. When Harry Met Sally is a better movie than
Okay,
Mamma Mia.
I have actual points for scoring that. Not scores, but I said we should base this on, okay, production quality, you know, Makes sense for movies.
Mm-hmm.
Music or soundtrack. Is there a soundtrack in When Harry Met Sally?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair. Plot and just general enjoyment of the movie. I know I have not seen When Harry Met Sally, so
That's why I'm.
I will give you this one.
Yeah, When Harry Met Sally is gonna have a hard time losing to any movie in this bracket, is my guess. So.
Okay.
You
I
should see
probably should not have put in one that I haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, but I'm only giving you that one because Mamma Mia 2 is in here, and Mamma Mia 2 is better.
I disagree with that. I think Mamma Mia, the original, is better.
Have you seen both?
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen both multiple times, so I can actually discuss this one.
Cool. Well, I only saw Mamma Mia 2 once, and I've seen the original Mamma Mia.
Okay, but Lily James is in the second one. So
I really do like Lily James quite a bit.
Yeah.
But that's not a great reason.
I know, but like the music is just so much better. Have you heard Pierce Brosnan singing? It's not fun. Versus
He's in
Lily James.
When Harry Met Sally 2. Or, sorry, Mamma Mia 2.
Yeah, but he doesn't really sing as much in that one.
Uh-huh.
And they like hired actual.
Sure. That's great.
That was great. They hired like actual singers for it though. They got people who could sing versus just big names.
Can Lily James sing?
Yeah, she went to. Okay, in 8th grade, I was her for like a wax museum thing, so I had to like memorize her life story, which was pretty short. She went to like an actual like school for the performing arts and like learned to sing versus Meryl Streep, who like I know she's Meryl Streep, but she just. You gotta admit she can't. Okay.
I was looking up the Rotten Tomatoes scores of When Harry Met Sally and Mamma Mia to compare them. For the record,
Oh no.
Mary Claire and all listeners, I think Rotten Tomatoes is a pretty inconsistent source of criticism.
What did it say? What did it say?
When Harry Met Sally is a little low in my opinion. It's a 91% by the critics. The original Mamma Mia is a I can't think of an adjective to describe it. It's 55%.
Oh gosh.
Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again is actually 79%.
Okay.
So it's certified fresh.
Okay. But didn't you just say Rotten Tomatoes is inconsistent? So like.
I agree. There are many Rotten Tomato scores that I just vehemently disagree with.
Yeah.
So I cannot approve of Rotten Tomatoes all the time. But in this case, I agree. Because it has When Harry Met Sally way over either of the Mamma Mia movies, which I agree with personally.
Okay, When Harry Met Sally? That's a Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks one, right?
Billy Crystal, not
dang.
Tom Hanks.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have Tom Hanks. How can it be? Oh, that makes me sad.
Doesn't have Tom Hanks. The best rom-com.
No, but like Sleepless in Seattle. That's pretty good. Yeah. I don't know if that's on here or not. It's not.
I believe.
It's not on here.
Hugh Grant is the prominent male actor of the best rom-coms.
I really disagree, but okay.
Have you seen Notting Hill?
No, but have you seen that one with Sandra Bullock?
Four Weddings and a Funeral? Have you seen Love Actually? These are...
There's another one, though, that he was in with Sandra Bullock. That was not good.
Music and lyrics?
No.
That does.
Okay, we're just going to move on.
2 Weeks Notice? That's what you're talking about?
2 Weeks Notice. 2 Weeks Notice was not good.
I've not seen it, so it doesn't...
It's not good.
It's invalid.
Okay, the next one. It's a really weird comparison, but we've got The Princess and the Frog and The Greatest Showman, and I think I'm actually going to agree with you on this one. My vote is with Princess and the Frog.
Agreed. I'm not sure we have to spend that much time.
Yeah, no. Greatest Showman was just not that good. It was overrated. Yeah.
It was mentioned in The Good Place once.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty great.
That something Barnum, what's the
P.T. Barnum.
Yeah, the P.T. Barnum movie made $300 million in the box office, I believe, because that's the joke in The Good Place.
Okay, next one is West Side Story 2021 version versus Tangled. I love both of these movies.
I have not seen the 2021 West Side Story, and therefore I'm inclined to say Tangled, because Tangled is awesome. It's iconic. It's classic.
That's the thing. I really want to go for both of these. I cried at West Side Story.
The 2020.
It's so good. Yeah, it has. Okay, I don't know who plays Maria, but they have Ansel Elgort as Tony, which is kind of weird, but it's better than you expect. And then they have Mike Feist dancing as Riff, which was amazing.
I have heard only good things about this West Side Story. would likely be partial to the 1961 version. I'm kind of a homer.
Really?
Of course, I haven't seen the 2021 version. So I
Okay,
can't
if
really
you
say.
liked the first one, the second one is like very true to it without. It doesn't take away from it. It's perfect. It's really perfect.
Rotten Tomatoes scored it 91%.
Okay, what did it score Tangled?
Oh,
I think
not that good. I don't care, frankly.
Okay.
We're not gonna have this be a Rotten
Tangled
Tomatoes
does
contest.
have Flynn Rider though, who is arguably the best
I think,
love interest in any Disney
wow,
movie.
89%.
Okay, that's
I'm
actually
impressed,
impressive.
Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I think the best character in Tangled is either Maximus,
Or Pascal.
the chameleon,
Pascal.
or the frying pan.
The
itself.
frying pan? It's a character?
Every single time I hold a frying pan in Tangled. Because
That is so funny.
it's amazing. Yeah. So frying pan is probably my favorite character in Tangled. It's great.
Okay, I think we have to go with Tangled then.
Hurrah.
West Side Story is really good though. I think you should see it.
Put it on the list.
Okay. Now these are two very different movies. I already know what I want to win. About Time and Pitch Perfect.
Interesting.
Yeah, no.
So you watched About Time.
I watched
a
it
second ago.
over like a week. Like I watched it little parts at a time, and
You said you liked it.
I think it's my favorite movie.
Wow, after
Yeah.
one watch.
Yeah, no, I will be watching
Wow.
it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
The original Pitch Perfect, right?
Yeah. Original.
So I must say, the original Pitch Perfect is superior to About Time. About Time is a pretty good movie. It's pulls on the heartstrings a little bit. It's very moving.
It's way better than
It's
Pitch
very
Perfect.
nice
I'm
and
sorry.
romantic.
Pitch Perfect is good, but I cannot
Pitch
really
Perfect
enjoy watching it
is
again.
It's not a perfect culmination of,
Oh, good
but
pun.
it is a fantastic, thank you, no pun intended, culmination of going to college, a cappella groups in college, singing, the nerdom involved in singing, the stigma around it, and then breaking through that stigma and having these awesome competitions and scenes like the riff off, which I
I
was
know.
thinking about earlier today.
Are you still gonna
It's
try to do a riff off sometimes?
Perfect.
Sometime.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's on the docket.
I think that needs to happen, but the thing is, I don't know if that could work because obviously it did in Pitch Perfect. It was awesome, but
How do you argue About Time over Pitch Perfect?
okay. So About Time, it starts off slow, but it's just so beautiful. I know it's so cheesy at times, but also it is Bill Nye. What else do you need?
Does it actually?
Yeah, he's the dad.
That's not Bill Nye.
It's not.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Sorry. I didn't know that's how I thought you meant
Ha.
the scientist.
What?
Bill Nye, the science guy?
Oh, Bill Nye.
Yeah.
No, Bill Nye.
So you said Bill Nye, I thought you meant.
No.
Yeah.
kinda hard to say
He's
that.
David Bowie in some movie, I believe.
Nice.
Oh, maybe I actually might be conflating two movies. There's an actor. No, he is in Love Actually. He is supposed to be David Bowie, and he's not literally David Bowie,
Yeah, but
but he's basically David Bowie.
okay.
About
How are we
Time
gonna
is pretty
decide between these two? Because I still really think it's About Time.
How about rock paper scissors? Whoever wins
Best
gets
of
their
three?
movie. No, just one.
Okay.
Okay, so it was rock and then rock and paper.
Yeah, that was maybe not the best for a podcast,
Mary
but
Claire is the victor, unfortunately.
I'm sorry. Pitch Perfect is amazing, and I know
Yeah.
Madrigal's part of me was we need to recreate this, but
Yeah.
I still think About Time is one of the best movies ever.
That is so ridiculous.
Okay, listen, I don't like Rachel McAdams, and I liked her in this, and that's saying something.
Well,
So
Rachel McAdams is cool. But to say that About Time is, quote, one of the best movies, is that what you said?
I said it. I think it's my favorite movie. It
That's-
doesn't mean
that's
it's necessarily the best
There
movie,
you go.
but
If you're willing to concede that, we're cool.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's more up to you because I haven't seen one of them. La La Land versus Mystic Pizza. I think I know which.
I love Mystic Pizza so much.
But-
If you put it up against a movie like Moonstruck or My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding is so good.
I'd probably have a tougher time deciding, but La La Land all day.
Yeah.
All day.
I kind of figured because basically all I knew about you for a year was that you loved La La Land, and
I'm not sure there's anything wrong with it.
No, it's okay except the ending.
No, that's one of the reasons why the entirety of the movie is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. The ending, if it were the other way, the movie would lose a lot of its meaning for me.
I think we need to establish what makes a movie good, because I know I'm a much more superficial movie watcher, and I know that. But also I know that a lot of other people are, so if other people are listening, and they're probably thinking the same things as me. So I have, the popular vote here, so.
All right. Well,
what do you like in a movie? Like,
movie
what?
Good?
Yeah.
I really struggle to watch a movie if I think its dialogue is bad.
Okay, that's fair.
So I really like good dialogue in a movie. I am big on the acting as well. I'm trying to.
These are all elements of movies.
I'm trying to think about my favorite movies and why I like them, and I'm trying to say things that keep my favorite movies in a basket of the best movies.
Okay, they don't have to have a happy ending. I agree with that. It doesn't have to be that. It has to be the right ending, like La La Land.
La La Land has the
I do kind of see why it's the correct ending, but it just didn't make me feel... I just felt worse after watching the movie. Not worse, just like incomplete.
To this explanation of the ending might make you feel better. If there was a happy ending, we wouldn't get the song epilogue at the end of the movie.
That's fair. Although me and Sebastian's theme is still the best song. You don't have to agree. It's just my opinion.
Okay.
It's mostly because that's the one I know best, but
I don't know.
It's recognizable.
The scores, there's nothing wrong with it. So
good old
you could argue.
Pasek and Paul, always great. Are you a fan of the Irvin Hansen, or what else do they do?
I haven't seen it.
That's fair. Never watched the movie. I haven't seen it, but it looks
there a
horrible. Yeah, they made it into a movie, which is like one of those times where I'm like, just stop while you're ahead. It did not look good. They had Ben Platt as a teenager, and he was like 28 at this point and looked 40.
Too old. It's like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah, did not work. Are you an Andrew Garfield fan?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Have you seen Tick, Tick, Boom?
Yes, it was fantastic. I think
I almost put that on here.
My favorite performance by him is The Social Network, because that is one of my favorite movies
It's a good movie.
of all time.
Okay, that's a good one.
It's the best. I think that is the best script in the last 20 years. That movie.
I would agree, actually.
It's the best script. And I like La La Land a lot because of its visuals. I don't think a movie has to have fantastic cinematography, but it
always helps.
Definitely helps.
Real quick, a movie I think is horrible that had a good Rotten Tomatoes score, but that I hate with my whole being. Midnight in Paris with Owen Wilson and Rachel McAdams. It is the worst movie I've ever seen.
I haven't seen it, I don't think.
It's on Netflix, and I thought it was just going to be a pretty, dumb rom-com.
Mm-hmm. Does he travel in time?
He does, but I don't know why it bugs me so much, but, just go back and watch. Yeah, exactly. It's not memorable, because every single scene, they say stuff, and you're like, what are you saying? You sound like you're in a fever dream. There's no plot, basically, but they try to make it this really complex movie.
Uh-huh.
But it's not. It's basically this guy gets drunk, and he's like, oh, look, it's F. Scott Fitzgerald. That's literally it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I really hate that. Okay, next pairing is Hercules versus In the Heights, 2021.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually, earlier today, was thinking about my bias in terms of judging songs in movies, because if I grew up with something, I will argue that it is better for objective reasons, even though I probably only think that they're better for the objective reasons because they are nostalgic to me. I really liked In the Heights, but Hercules is better. Hercules is at least top 4 Disney soundtrack.
Okay.
Probably top 3.
I think Tangled is up there too.
It's The Lion King, then Princess and the Frog. One could make the argument for Aladdin. But
There are
Hercules
a lot of good ones,
has
actually.
got to be up there. So I'm gonna go with
But
Hercules.
In the Heights did have... Okay, In the Heights, I had low expectations. Did not think
In
it
the
would be that
Heights
good.
was really good.
It was really good. I
I'm-
didn't love all the casting, though.
That's funny. I
Yeah.
thought that they did a good job.
Well, no, most of it. I just didn't like the Nina. Just because, like, she seemed younger than the Broadway version. I know that's a dumb reason, but for me, it just, like... I know she's supposed to be, like, 19, so it makes sense. But I was like, this isn't like the Broadway version, and I don't know. That bugged me a little bit.
I'm willing to go either way. I'd probably give the edge to Hercules because I think the soundtrack is fantastic.
Okay, we'll go with Hercules.
Really
Also, I think it'll work well against a lot of the other winners. So,
fun.
because the next one, you're gonna hate this, I think. Well, we have The Lion King, which I know you love, and I'm not a fan of.
That's ridiculous.
I know I'm supposed to love it. My family loves it. Everyone loves it, and I just cannot get behind it.
I just wrote a research paper about it.
Well, you did?
Only a little.
That's
It
actually
was Shakespeare
good.
in cinema, so I wrote about The Lion King.
Hamlet, right?
Yeah, and 10 Things I Hate About You, which is also on this list.
It is.
Is it going up against The Lion King?
No.
Good.
No, you know what it is?
No.
High School Musical, which I know is such a
The
bad
original?
movie. Yes, but it's so good. Once again, for nostalgic reasons, I didn't actually see it until freshman year.
Mhm.
And so I think it's a really bad movie.
Sure.
I've seen it multiple times. Every time I watch it, I'm like, I kind of hate this. And this was before Zac Efron could act. And he didn't sing in it. But also, it's so
when
good.
did Zac Efron learn how to act?
I don't know.
Just suddenly
Did he?
happened.
Yeah, I don't know. He did not in this. But also, it's still somehow so nostalgic, even though it was literally not a part of my childhood.
Okay.
And then because of High School Musical, we're able to get, High School Musical, the musical, the series, which is personally my favorite show. I have many favorite shows, okay? And that's just one of them.
For you, I think, but that's okay.
I have been
That's
rewatching
okay.
it this week, and I stand behind it.
Did give us Olivia Rodrigo, so that's
Yeah, I don't
That's
think the
fair.
world would have as much Olivia Rodrigo without that. And
that's true. So
Are you a fan of Sour?
I haven't listened to it all the way through, but
That's fair.
I maintain that I will.
That's
I've
fair.
told so many people that I will listen to it.
So, here's my thing. I love Olivia Rodrigo. Like, she's on my water bottle, everything. However, I also do love Joshua Bassett. I think we were talking about this. Yeah, no. I don't know. I still really like both of them, and I feel like I'm kind of not loyal to either because of that.
That's fine.
But guess what? The world wouldn't have really either of them without High School Musical because that spawned HSM TMTS.
I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off for you because even though I was singing "Gotta Get Your Head in the Game" this morning in English
You were?
class,
Okay, no, you cannot take that back.
The Lion King is. If we don't have The Lion King, none of the good Pixar, DreamWorks, Disney, any good animated movie happens. In 1994, Disney released The Lion King, and it is one of the best Shakespeare adaptations ever made.
But why
It's-
does Shakespeare
it has
have
the
to do
single-
anything with movie musicals? Like,
I just said that because I wrote a
I know,
research
you-
paper about
I know
it.
you want to use
Here's
that,
why
and
The
I get
Lion
it.
King is the best. It has the single greatest Disney soundtrack out of a great number of many fantastic Disney songs. Princess and the Frog there's nothing wrong with that soundtrack. It's perfect. And somehow, The Lion King is better. You have Elton John. I don't think you have John Williams on it at all, but I'm not sure about that. And even the fact that I'm not sure about it means it's fantastic.
okay, not gonna lie, I mostly added High School Musical in here because I thought you'd get pretty angry about it, and I thought it would be kind of funny because it's such a
it's
bad
Hans Zimmer,
movie.
not Hans Zimmer.
But yeah, I know
John
that
and
High School
Hans
Musical
Zimmer,
is
come
one
on.
of the worst, like
No,
musically
High School
so.
Musical is fine. It's good.
I don't know.
It's just too iconic.
I back
You
it,
can't
but it's
say
still not
bad.
great. Well, yeah,
That'd
it's
be
it's
like
bad, but it's
saying-
good. Am I convincing you that? Are you trying to convince me that High School Musical is good?
It is good. It's not even
I was
in
arguing
the
for
same
that.
ballpark as The Lion King. The Lion King might be the single greatest animated
But does
movie
The Lion
there
King
is.
have 2 sequels?
Yes.
2? Wait, really?
Yeah, there's a Lion
That sounds
King
so bad.
1.5 and a Lion King 2. They're bad.
Yeah,
But it doesn't
exactly.
matter how many
High School
sequels
Musical
there
only
are.
gets better with the sequels.
Okay, then why didn't you put High School Musical 2?
Oh, because that
against
one's
The
a
Lion
fever
King?
dream too. High School Musical 3 is where.
All right, well, we're not talking
Okay,
about how
fine.
much better.
We're going
Thank
with
you,
The Lion King.
Thank you. Took long.
Okay, the last original pairing. 10 Things I Hate About You versus Mamma Mia 2. And I
10
know.
Things I Hate About You. That was the other movie in my research paper. I don't
I
have
think
to
we're
think
gonna
about
Rotten
it that
Tomatoes
much.
this, okay? Because I cannot support that over
I think Rotten
Mamma Mia 2.
Tomatoes gives the edge to Mamma Mia by
I think we
by
need to
12
go for it.
points, if my memory serves. I think.
I think we gotta go for it.
67.
I'm looking it up, and whoever wins on Rotten Tomatoes is whoever wins here.
No, I said 15 minutes ago, listeners, you can rewind your podcasts. I said that this would not be a Rotten Tomatoes contest. It will not be a Rotten Tomatoes contest because
We'll
that
see.
is completely irrational. 10 Things I Hate About You has Heath Ledger, Julia Stiles, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and is well acted. It's well written. It subverts teen stereotypes.
Are we going by Tomato Meter or audience score for like comparing
Tomato
them?
Meter.
Okay,
The critic score.
79 versus.
I think 67. It was not very well received by critics, but frankly, I don't care. It has an awesome soundtrack.
70%.
It is a fantastic coming-of-age story and also a fantastic rom-com. It's amazing.
Okay, what I argue though is that there's so many others. There are so many other rom-coms that are
Because Mamma
just.
Mia is unique.
Yeah, Mamma Mia too, very unique. It has
That's
Cher.
ridiculous.
It is Cher. Look, I know my opinions on movies, very surface level, but I don't think that makes them any less valid because.
I'm going
Once
to
again.
apologize to Heath Ledger, and I'm going to do this one so we can
Thank you.
move on. Mamma Mia is going out in the next round, I'm sure.
When Harry Met Sally versus Princess and the Frog. This is all you. I have no opinion either way.
When Harry Met Sally is the best
Ooh.
rom-com ever made. So
Okay.
I'm going to say When Harry Met Sally. But I love The Princess and the Frog so much. It's very dear to my heart.
I'll give you this one and say Tangled is better than About Time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
La La Land versus Hercules.
It's not even close. Sorry, Hercules.
I'm so confused. What's your favorite movie then?
On any given day, it's between Good Will Hunting and La La Land.
Interesting.
When Harry Met Sally is up there, but
Okay.
La La Land.
Lion King versus Mamma Mia too.
The Lion King.
Okay.
Thank you.
I want you to just have to pick your favorite. That's why I'm letting you win.
Yeah.
When Harry Met Sally versus Tangled.
When Harry Met Sally.
Okay.
It's impressive.
cool.
Tangled got this far.
No. Tangled.
Well, I'm just not
best.
looking forward to When Harry Met Sally versus La La Land because that's too bad. But that's what's going.
Unless the Lion King wins.
Against
Okay,
what?
we rewatched Tangled on the trip at
Mhm.
like 11 p.m. and
Mhm.
it just hit right. Just saying, Tangled, while a Disney movie and while not When Harry Met Sally, it's always the right movie. It's always the right choice.
Tangled is great.
La La Land versus The Lion King.
La La Land. The
Which
Lion
did he
King
just write a research paper
is
about?
so great. I
Not
wrote The
research
Lion
paper.
King,
Mm-hmm.
but
Okay. Going with La La Land. And you know what's next. You have to actually give reasons, though. You have to back this.
When Harry Met Sally versus La La Land.
Yeah.
That's so upsetting.
You did
is
this to
just
yourself.
The better movie.
What?
The better movie. Which is the.
It doesn't have to be the better one.
We've been choosing movies with no criteria at all.
We kind of had general criteria.
Well, for the best.
Very general. Okay, fine.
So
Best.
Is this the better movie or the movie I like more? I think the answer is
Best movie.
Jeez, that's really. There's nothing.
You have to go by a
wrong.
lot. You have to give your reasons and back it.
Okay, so
I know you
I'm
can.
gonna start this in media res, which for the non-AP Lit person means
Jeez.
in the middle of the story. I think it's Latin. I don't like Latin. If you're listening, don't take Latin. Moving on.
I think it's mostly Pablo listening.
I had
Hi, Pablo.
Hello, Pablo. I hope you are listening. I had a conversation with my mother that went something like, When Harry Met Sally is the best rom-com ever. She was like, I agree. She was like, there's nothing wrong
I still
with it.
haven't seen it.
And I thought about it, and I tried to think of some. When I say movie is perfect, that is a very rarefied air in my mind. Because Good Will Hunting is perfect. La La Land is perfect. But there are really no other perfect movies. And my mom was like, what's wrong with When Harry Met Sally? And I sat down and I thought about it, and I was like, shit. I don't know if there's anything wrong with this movie. So that night, we watched it. And I was enjoying it, and I was paying attention. I was like, there's got to be something wrong with this movie. And there really isn't anything wrong with When Harry Met Sally. It's fantastic.
But I think you might need a little more than just nothing wrong with it. There has to be a little something extra.
Well,
there has to be, like, it has to really stick with you.
So,
which sticks with you? Because
yeah,
all rom-coms can be good. They all have potential. Wow. Okay, the reason I like About Time is because it's not just you watch a rom-com and you move on. Mm-hmm. You don't go, oh, it's a good movie. I'll watch it again sometime. Like About Time, without ever watching it again, I will think of it as one of the best movies for a while, for like years to come. It is so good.
So I'm not one of the people who cries at every sad movie. I'm also not one of the people that cries not at all at any movie.
Okay, that's fair.
I've cried both watching La La Land and When Harry Met Sally.
It's good
and
to know.
I think just about every time watching When Harry Met Sally, it is so good. It is, the pacing is perfect, just like in La La Land. The visuals are stunning. The colors are amazing. Just
does
like
it have
in
a
La La
happy
Land.
ending?
The dialogue is perfect. I can't tell you that.
Oh,
you have to watch the movie. It is.
Maybe I'll do that this weekend.
One thing that When Harry Met Sally has that La La Land doesn't have is these conversations between married couples who've been married forever. And it's great because I love old people. They're hilarious. And I this is one thing I will never look up to see if like the couples they used in the movie are real. Because if they're not, I won't believe it. They are real couples in my mind. Santa Claus is real. Jeez, I might have to call a tie.
No,
I'm
we can't do
When
that.
Harry Met Sally.
I think I'm leaning towards
today.
that too. It can change tomorrow,
but La La Land doesn't. Yeah, this is strictly today, my opinion.
This is just today, April 8th. It's okay if you change your mind tomorrow.
So the greatest movies of all time.
Okay.
Are It's a Wonderful Life.
Mm.
I mean, Step Down. All the President's Men is really good. Lilies of the Field is really good. Good Will Hunting. La La Land. Jeez. Shawshank's up there. But you can't diss either of these movies in any way. So it's just a matter of opinion. I'm going to go... Ugh.
Okay, so how often do you watch movies? I can tell you're obviously a big movie watcher, but like...
this week alone, I think I'm averaging like 1.5 movies a day this week.
What did you watch yesterday?
I watched all of Doctor Strange and almost all of Thor Ragnarok. So we were on a Marvel kick.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So you watch movies basically every day?
Not usually, actually.
Actually, I think recently I've been thinking, like, I don't know. I usually go to sleep at, like, random times, and I'm trying to not be random about it. I'm trying to, like, have a routine. So my routine I've decided is going to be watching, like, a movie every night. Not a full movie, but, like,
a little bit.
For a while, I watched About Time, just a little bit at a time, and it was great. You look skeptical, but it was great.
No, I'm just, I can't, I don't know. Dead Poets Society is one that's worth mentioning in greatest movies ever. But, what is a better movie between When Harry Met Sally and La La Land? That's a terrible choice to have to make.
You set yourself up for this.
I did. I don't.
You saw it coming.
You put them in the bracket.
I asked what movies you liked.
On this day,
okay,
I'm going to say that...
If you don't choose, I'm choosing When Harry Met Sally.
Oh, God. I'm going to say... Okay, this is an impossible choice. It's really by the width of a dime that I'm choosing this. I'm going to say that When Harry Met Sally is a better movie.
Okay, good.
That's so ridiculous because there aren't movies better than La La Land, but there aren't many movies better than When Harry Met Sally. So
Okay.
there you go. There you have it.
Saving the bracket. That is forever. When Harry Met Sally is the better movie.
Yeah.
On today. Okay, granted, I have not seen it, and I should probably do that. So I don't really have an opinion about it. Who's in
You
it
must
again?
see it.
Okay.
It is Billy Crystal, Meg Ryan,
Okay.
and some other people you would
And some
likely
old people you
recognize.
like. I like that. That's fun.
Well, the actors and actresses playing the old characters are not super recognizable.
Yeah, that's fair.
It has a great
Would you like to
soundtrack.
give a brief synopsis or premise for the movie, or no? For
Yeah.
listeners who don't
So
know it, and me.
there's Harry and Sally,
Yeah?
and they both
Did they meet?
attend, I believe, the University of Chicago.
Cool.
And they're moving to New York. And Meg Ryan is Sally. She is single when she's going to New York. She's going to be a reporter. And Billy Crystal has a girlfriend. And the girlfriend is Sally's best friend. So Sally's like, hey, can I catch a ride? And the girlfriend's like, yeah, sure. So Harry and Sally drive to New York from Chicago, which takes a few hours. So they get to know each other. And that is When Harry Met Sally. And they go their separate ways because they get to New York. And then they go their separate ways. Harry goes to do his own thing. Sally goes to be a reporter. And then they see each other in various places at various times throughout the rest of the movie. And you're just going to have to watch. It's a splendid movie. It's a great film. Fantastic. Would recommend.
Do you know where I can find it? Is it just like...
I bought it on Amazon a long time ago. so I don't have to search to find it or pay to find it. I think you can rent it on Amazon, but other than that, it's not streaming.
I might actually do that tonight. That sounds like a really good movie.
I would fund your watching of When Harry Met Sally. It's so good.
Yeah. I'll let you know if I cry. I probably will. I don't always cry at movies, but often at good ones I do.
So La La Land might be the single most beautiful movie I've ever seen. I would say When Harry Met Sally is second. It is a beautiful movie.
Okay.
So best, maybe give the edge to La La Land on most days. Not today though.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll just have to see. It's a beautiful.
I still argue that About Time is beautiful. My sister watched it and then didn't tell anyone, and then my mom found it and watched it like on her own. And then I found it and I was like, wait a second. We all like... It's a little cheesy, but like, does that make it bad?
Not necessarily. It makes it not. You're not gonna talk about it in the same conversation as movies like La La Land and When Harry Met Sally, because
it's a different
those
kind
are
of movie.
tour de forces of cinema, and About Time is just not.
It might not be.
It's tough to compare.
Okay, but one thing is, it's not just a rom-com, which is what I like. It is funny.
Yeah.
It is like a rom-com, but it also like it goes beyond that, and it's a very long movie. It's like 2 hours, which I was not expecting. But the thing is, like, I got halfway through the movie. He was like already married and everything, and I was like,
it's called About Time.
Because it's about time.
When you finish it, you say About Time. It took forever.
Okay, no, but
huh? Got it.
Your pun game is strong. Okay, fine. It might not be as advanced a movie, but it has a special place in my heart. So
that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
I try to keep one thing consistent every podcast episode. You know, all 6 of them so far, and that is I try to have like a question I ask, and that is, what is one song you like right now? But that feels a little off topic, so I don't know. You can answer that, or
yeah, I'll say. I'm gonna look through my Spotify for a second.
Okay.
Well, actually, yeah, I'll say. So the song that has been in my brain all of today.
Get your head in the game?
No.
Oh, dang. You were singing.
And I said something about, when I was thinking about my bias earlier, I was thinking about this song because it's very unpopular. And I don't know if you can find any good recordings of it on the internet because it's so not popular. But in 1938, a composer named Michael Head released a song released in 1938. he made a song called The Singer. And it's one of the most beautiful songs that exists. So I've saved 2 versions of it on Spotify. I've not listened to them at all.
So where did you find it?
one is in an album called Fairy Songs, and the other is in an album called A Song in the Wood. So there are lots of
I don't know how I
singers
feel
on
about that yet.
Spotify. It's an amazing song. My sister sang it as an audition song, which is when I first learned about it.
Okay.
It's kind of a lullaby, so I knew about it when I was a little kid. But it's
So it's like the nostalgia factor a little
I love
bit.
that song very much. Yeah. That's why
Are you a big nostalgia person? You seem to have a lot of. I don't think that's bad. I think that's great, but I want to say a song I have right now, but I have not been listening to music. So
that's so sad.
And if I say something, the only thing I can think of is going to be so basic that I feel hesitant to say it. So
by Olivia Rodrigo.
No, that's not what I was going to say. I recently bought a song and I'm trying to remember what it was. I'm not going to say the Harry Styles song, although it's a good song.
Did he just release a new song?
Yeah, I found about it like a little late, but it's called As It Was. As probably everyone here knows, so I'm going to say a random song. I want to say William Henson song, the one I have played multiple times for everyone. I'm not going to say that, even though I basically just did. There's a song called Two Straws by Also Joe. I might have already shouted it out on my podcast, but it's a good song. I haven't listened to it in literally months, but it's fine. So I guess that's it. But thank you so much for joining the podcast.
Thank you for having me on. It was a blast.
Yeah, glad you finally were able to decide between your top 2 movies, basically. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna watch that tonight probably. So.
Have you ended the podcast yet?
What?
Have you ended? Is
no,
it still okay?
It's still
So
going.
we have to end it.
Trying to say
like this, ready?
Okay.
Oh,
what?
It's keep on rocking in the free world and do.
What?
Come on.
I don't know.
Keep on rocking in the free world and do.
Do.
Yeah, there we go.